How to calculate generator load for your 30-minute monthly test. All information expressed by Standby Power Solutions, LLC, or its officers, is strictly the opinion of Standby Power Solutions, LLC. All generators must be exercised every month for 30 minutes under load. That means all transfer switches have to be transferred to the generator. Gas systems may be tested using whatever building load is available after you have transferred all transfer switches. You do not need to calculate 30% load for natural gas or LPG powered systems. Diesel systems need to reach 30% of their rated load. Some control panels are capable of reading percentage of load. If that's the case, then this will be easy. Since generator control panels are not standardized, you will need to refer to your generator's owner's manual for specific instructions on how to read percentage of load if your control panel is capable of that. Cummins provides a tutorial on YouTube. You can copy the link from my notes below this video. The Cummins technician involved addresses operation of the control panel between 5.13 and 10 minutes on his video. Other control panel displays will be similar. However, all generator control panels should be capable of displaying amperage, even if they cannot display percentage of load. Below I have some typical control panels, and I've noted for you where the ammeters are. In order to determine 30% of load, you will need to know the maximum rating of your generator. To see what the maximum rating is, go to the generator's nameplate. This will tell you what the generator's capacity is in amperes and kW. Ignore the kVA rating. See examples below. You will need to know your generator's output voltage. NFPA 110 specifically says nameplate kW rating. Now you can see I've got some arrows pointing to both kW and amperage. This is where you'll find that information. Amperage is a measurement of the work the generator is doing. Because of this, the generator must be running, and all transfer switches must be transferred in order to get a reading. With some systems, the load is too low for the ammeter to measure. As a result, even with all transfer switches transferred, the load may be below the minimum threshold for the meter to read. In order to determine the 30% load target that you need to reach with diesel generators, simply multiply the amperage taken from the nameplate times 0.3. For example, if you have a 100 kW generator producing 240 volts three-phase, the rating amperage is 300.7 amps. That value times 0.3 equals 90.21 amps. So if you reach at least 90.21 amps on your ammeter, you have achieved your 30% minimum. Of course, there's always one other thing. Read each leg individually and record the value, then average. Say your 30% target is 90.21 amps, and when you switch the selector switch, you read on L1 120 amps, L2 85 amps, and L3 70 amps. Add them up. 120 plus 85 plus 70 equals 275 amps. Then divide by 3 to get 91.66 amps average for that test. Your average is over the minimum 90.21 amps. You have achieved the minimum 30% load. All three legs do not have to be over the 30% target so long as the average reading meets or exceeds 30%. Now you notice over there to the left I have an arrow pointing to the selector switch, which you use to determine the amperage reading on each of the three legs. I have taken a couple of exceptions here, but like I said, I'm expressing my opinion. The first is, it is easier to express the percentage of load in amperage because all generators will give you an amperage reading, even though the code says kW. Many generators do not express load in kW. Most surveyors will accept percentage load expressed in amperage. In addition, the code does not specifically allow you to average your readings, but it does not specifically prohibit it. In any case, always follow your surveyor's direction. If you need further help, you can email questions to me at my address noted below this video. All information expressed by Standby Power Solutions, LLC, or its officers is strictly the opinion of Standby Power Solutions, LLC. Standby Power Solutions, LLC disclaims any liability for any personal injury, property, or other damages of any nature whatsoever, whether special, indirect, consequential, or compensatory, directly or indirectly resulting from the publication, use of, or reliance on this website or any information derived thereof. Standby Power Solutions, LLC also makes no guarantee or warranty as to the accuracy or completeness of any information contained herein. Anyone using this website should rely on his or her own independent judgment, or, as appropriate, seek the advice of a competent professional in determining the exercise of reasonable care in any given circumstance. All rights reserved. Do not reproduce without express written permission.